Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignertechtips.com. Well, we've got a pop-up here and we've covered plenty of pop-ups before. It's directing people to a huge sale. Let's just get rid of that. But I only want it to pop up for 3 days on a particular date, and I want it to pop up on all pages. So that's what we're going to do today. It's pretty easy. To do this today, we're going to be using the Divi Supreme Modules Plugin, the Pro version. And I'll put the link below the video there. And once you've got Divi Supreme Pro installed, let's go to the Divi dashboard, the Supreme Pro dashboard here. Make sure that you've got Enable Divi Pop-Up switched to on, so it's purple like that. Once you do, save your changes. If you forget this step, it will not work. So just make sure you've got that switch to on in the General Settings tab. Alright, well, let's get started. The other thing that I'll tell you about today is we've actually created a global footer for our site using the Divi theme builder here. And this is where we're going to place the module that's going to pop up our sale banner. If you don't know how to create a global footer, I'll put the link to this video below also. It's really easy to do. Okay, well, let's get started. Let's go to my page. I'm going to enable the visual builder. What we're going to do now is just create the actual pop-up that we want to pop up. Okay, once loaded, let's go down to where we want to work. And it really doesn't matter because we're not going to be keeping this. So I'll just add a new module here. I'll use a call to action. And this will work with any sort of module you like. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. For title, huge sale starts today. Or whatever it is you want to say, obviously. I'll leave that content in there. Button. As you see, there's no button yet because we haven't put a link in. I just pop down a little bit to the link. There we go, there's the button link. I've got nowhere for it to link to, so I'm just going to put a hashtag in there. And as you can see, the buttons appeared. Mine's purple because I've got it set that way in my theme customizer in Divi. Now if you want the module itself to link to somewhere else, you can put another link down here. I would put probably the same link, which would obviously be to your sale page if this is what you're doing. And you might want to spell sale right as well, unlike the way I've done it up there. All right, and we'll just make that purple. Now, I don't know if you noticed any element with the Divi theme inside one. They've got these little round circles with the white brushes. If you click on that, that'll take you to the customize options for whatever it is that the little blue buttons attached to there. That's fine. I'm just going to make it purple. I'm going to capitalize it, perhaps make it a little bit bigger, and let's bold it out some. Good, that's fine. So I'm going to leave it like that. So there's our little sale module that we want to pop up on a specific date, and we want it to disappear on a specific date too. So let's save this. Now what we need to do is save this to our library. So let's just hover over the module here, and we can hit this little icon, round icon just to the left of the trash can, and save it to our library. Whatever you want to call it. Now I'm going to save it. Now it's saved in our library, we can get rid of it because I don't want it on this page. At least I don't want it on this page until the date that we've set. So let's save our changes. Not that there have really been any, but it'll think there have been. Now, let's just exit the visual builder here. If I slide down to the bottom of the page, we've got a very simple little global footer that we created the other day here. So we're going to go into there and make the pop-up action in here. So let's do that. As I say, we're dashboard, we're in Divi, we're in theme builder. Here's the global footer, and like I say, if you don't know how to make a global footer, I'll put the video link below. You're gonna hit the edit button. Okay, well here's our footer, as you can see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another module here. I'll use a text module. Again, it really doesn't matter because it's not gonna have any content in it. By the way, while we've got this open, Divi comes with all these light grey modules as standard. The dark blue ones here are an extra 40 or so you get when you install Supreme Modules Pro, and it really does put Divi on steroids. It's a fantastic plugin. So I'm just going to use a text module. I'm going to delete everything that's in the text module, so it's got no content, so it doesn't actually affect the size of our footer, etc. I'm going to go over to advanced. We want to go down to visibility, go down a little bit. We're going to use as a pop-up. And what do we want to pop up? We want it to pop up a layout. And what's our layout name? Schedule pop-up. There it is. Okay, and what do we want it to trigger on? Let's go down a little bit. We want to actually trigger it on page load. So when the page loads, it's going to pop up. So let's do that. And of course below you've got how to close it outside the pop-up here. You can use auto close, you know, if you want to. We don't need that today because we're going to schedule it or schedule it. Time delay, no. Cookie expiry, if you put that to 0, it's going to pop up every single time a user visits this page. If you put it to say 3, it'll pop up every 3 days. You know, it'll only pop up 3 days after for the same visitor. Entrance animation, there's all kinds to choose from here. I'm going to leave mine just as it is, fade in, fade out. Pop-up position, center. Pop-up position type, absolute. That means it's going to stay exactly where it is, even if they're scrolling up and down the site. That's fine for me. I'm not going to use mine full width. If you want to use full width, that's fine. I find the pop-up max width works fine for me on most devices. The overlay, that's the background color behind the pop-up that sort of darkens the website behind it. And again, the default dark background works for me, but you can make it any color you want. Show a close button, yeah, that's fine. Have it inside, that's fine too. By default, it puts an X there, which is pretty standard for closing things, but you've got all the elegant icons here to choose from if you want to change it. Of course, you can change colors and everything with your icon. So we are good to go. But how do we make it pop up when we want to? Well, we've got to go back up to the top here. Now we've enabled the pop-up. And just above our use pop-up, you're going to see use scheduled element. Flip this to on. And here you can decide when you want to show it. So I want it to show, we're on the show right here. I want it to show today at 12:45, say. And I'm going to say use between a date and time. Once you've got that enabled, you've got another one here. And I'm going to have it switch off 3 days later, which is 28th. That's handy. And let's put it at the same time, 12:45. So now this pop-up will show between the 25th at 12:45. It's going to pop up. And it's going to disappear on the 28th at 12:45. Now the reason we're putting it in the footer here, let's just save our changes. I should have explained this first. The reason we're putting it in the footer is because the footer is on every single page, which means our pop-up will show on every single page. Having said that, let's test it out. The time now is 11:06. Let's set it for 11:10 today. So let's go back into our little module right here. back over to our visibility. Here's our schedule, 25th, which is today. Let's say 11:10. There we go. Now let's save everything, make sure we got everything saved. Exit, make sure everything's saved here. Now let's go to our page. And what I'll do, let's pop this up. I'll pause the video for 2 minutes and we'll have a look at 11:09, come back and see if this is going to pop up. And there's our little pop-up. So there is how to schedule a pop-up using the fantastic Divi Supreme Modules plugin. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and WebDesignAndTechTips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.